Changing your behavior is one of the hardest things you will ever do as a human being. And I'm grateful to say that I took that challenge a few years ago and made some significant changes. I was not comfortable nor proud of the person I was showing up as, and in reflect, that was affecting all the people around me, all the important people around me. You know, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, I didn't want to show up in anyone's circle as that person. So I made some really strong shifts. And one of the things I did first was how I spoke to myself. I used to speak to myself horribly. Maybe that came from being a bodybuilder and really looking at myself physically, and if I wasn't in stage ready competition contest form, I would not have the nicest things to say to myself. I also know I was not raised with emotional regulation tools. No fault to my parents, I'm sure they didn't learn them either, but that was something I had to learn on my own. And then becoming a parent very early in my 20s, I'm a different parent for my first daughter than I was for my second, 100%. And even my daughter recognizes that. And that's all part of the paths of growing and growing up, being a parent, being an adult, and doing uncomfortable shit. And in today's society, we are so comfortable being comfortable. Well, fuck that. I knew I wanted to be different, show up better, evolve. And I had to do some hard work to do that. Absolutely. You know, the breath work, the meditation, but really looking at my deep shit and just making those little changes. How I talk to myself, how I spoke to others, how I respond instead of react. It wasn't easy, but damn, I am grateful. So, all that to say, is there anything you can take a look at in your life? How you're showing up, how you show up for others, how you talk to yourself. That dialogue up here is hugely important. What we say, what we do, day in and day out. The only person that's going to be there with you is you. Nobody else is showing up. Nobody else can change things. Just you. So how are you showing up for you?